After being in development hell for so long, we finally get a film adaptation of the popular video game Five Nights at Freddy's, now playing in theaters and streaming on Peacock. But is it really that bad as the critics say? Or can I just presume that they've got nothing but rusted bolts, gears, and I don't know what have you sorts of scrap metal in their heads? And give this film some good old fashioned Big D justice. Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Joel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released supernatural horror flick Five Nights at Freddy's, released by Universal, along with Blumhouse Productions and Scott Cawthon Productions. Of course, Cawthon is the creator of this series, based on the video game franchise of the same name he created. The film was directed by Emma Tammy, who co-wrote the screenplay with Cawthon and Seth Cuddeback, from a story by Cawthon, Chris Lee Hill, and Tyler McIntyre. The film stars Josh Hutcherson as a troubled security guard who accepts a nighttime job at an abandoned family entertainment center where he discovers its four animatronic mascots are alive and prone to murder. It also includes Elizabeth Lail, Piper Rubio, Mary Stuart Masterson, and Matthew Lillard. Yes, now, of course, produced by Jason Blum through his Blumhouse Productions banner. Now, this was to be released through Warner Bros. Back in 2000, well, starting in 2015, and well, there was so much going on, but however, the people they wanted producing, directing, and what have you, well, they dropped out, and Warner Bros. Didn't go on forward. Then Blumhouse was announced as the new production company. Chris Columbus was set to direct and co-write, but he ultimately left, and so Emma Tammy was announced as his replacement in October of last year. And well, they got through this, and it was released. So far, this film's done well, despite getting dissed. Well, here's just a little bit of the story. Mike Schmidt, a mall security guard, is fired after assaulting a negligent father who he mistook for a kidnapper. He is sent to visit career counselor Steve Raglan, who offers him as a night guard in an abandoned family diner known as Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. Which, of course, if you play the games, you'll see it kind of has a little bit of resemblance to places like Chuck E. Cheese and Showbiz Pizza, which I wish I could have gone to one of those places. I tried 2 years back as a kid and failed. Yeah. Though initially reluctant, Mike accepts the offer after social services threaten to take custody of his younger sister Abby and pass her over to his estranged Aunt Jane. And well, on his first night, Mike falls asleep and dreams about the kidnapping and presumed murder of his brother Garrett before seeing five children who witnessed the kidnapping. When he tries to approach them, they run away. On the second night, the dream is repeated, but when he attempts to confront one of the children, he is attacked and wakes up. He meets police officer Vanessa Shelley, who notices his wounds and patches him up. Well, she shows him around the restaurant and tells him that the place closed in the 1980s after five children were murdered there, and their bodies were never found. But on the third night, Jane hires a group of juvenile delinquents to vandalize in the place in order to get Mike fired, and that would enable to gain custody of Abby. But however, they get murdered by the four animatronic mascots: Freddy Fazbear himself, Chica, Foxy, Cupcake, and Bonnie. Well, actually, it'd be five, but Cupcake's a main character. But anyway, that's all of the story I'm going to give to you here. Now, what were my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's? Well, I may not have played the video games, but I've heard of them and what have you, as well as some other things that this was connected to, that this was spawned from the series. Because Five Nights at Freddy's had, well, more than just games and what have you. There was also books and comics that were released after the success of the game when it was first introduced in August of 2014. Anyway, so apparently, while it's not really that great, and I know I've never played the games, but I was curious enough to check this film out. Well, it's good and what have you, but it does have some flaws and what have you. And, well, I wish it could have been just a little more scarier and had a little more blood and what have you. But the MPA gave this a PG-13 rating and a 9R rating and what have you. But, well, I don't know. But anyway, so far, this film's made 39 million in its opening day yesterday, which that's very good. However, its reviews are terrible. It's at 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. And they don't say anything about it though. So, but Variety felt the animatronic characters were underutilized with the film instead focusing on a baffling plot and backstory for their protagonists. And the review also criticized the perceived lack of effective jump scares and concluded, in trying to adapt the game for the screen, they forgot what makes the original special, bringing unintentional laughter from its bizarre story instead of entertaining audiences. The New York Observer wasn't thrilled with it either, saying there are jump scares but no real thrills. There are jokes but no genuine laughs. Well, I factually agree, but some of it did kind of give me a few good laughs. I did see that it was, well, yeah. Well, The Guardian gave an okay, well, an alright review, saying that the low stakes late night thrill we expect from the material never arrives, held back by a mixture of indecisive restraint and misplaced self importance. The film is somehow a slog to get through and will be promptly forgotten by morning. And the New York Times says, although the film based on, well, which is based on a popular video game franchise, reaches for horror comedy flair, this dreary, mild adaptation never achieves the hybrid pleasures of a movie like Megan, which of course Blumhouse gave us earlier this year. You may chuckle, but it's hard to tell if the movie is laughing at you. Now, a good review came from Blade Disgusting, saying it's the type of handsomely made, charming creature feature that'll play well at slumber parties or rowdy theaters full of obsessed fans, which is precisely its target audience. The film won't scare the pants off of seasoned horror fans. The animatronic denizens of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria will likely make you want to hug them instead. I agree and what have you, but well, the animatronics were alright and what have you. They were alright and fine, what have you. Just like what we had recently seen in films like the Banana Splits movie and the Nicolas Cage film Willy's Wonderland, which I've never seen, but I've heard of it though. So, and the story's alright and what have you. But and its score from the Newman Brothers was very good though. Now, for our cast, we have Josh Hutcherson, who I know him. I've remembered seeing him in movies like RV, Bridge to Terabithia, as well as the Hunger Games series. He played Mike Schmidt. He was very good. Young Piper Rubio played Abby. She was pretty good. I mean, well, this young lady, well, she's good and all, but I didn't quite, well, it's not quite as good as Violet McGraw was as Katie and Megan, but she still manages to be good. Elizabeth Lail plays Vanessa, the police officer. You may remember her for playing Anna in one season of ABC's recent hit Once Upon a Time. and other series. Now, I won't give you one of his roles, but Matthew Lillard has two roles. One is Steve Raglan, but I won't tell you the other one because that would ruin everything. And Mary Stuart Masterson played Jane, which that was fine too, and what have you. Everyone else was, well, fine and what have you. Maybe not great, though, but it was in ways, but good and fine though. So this is kind of a 50-50, a mixed bag and what have you. So the story is alright. I mean the cast is well close to being good, great, good and fine. The score is good. I just wish this could have just been a little more better. I wish this film the best of luck though. But since this is doing so well, mind you, we might begin a second, third film. According to what Cawthon said, if this film were to be successful, there could be a second and third film. And if they do get a sequel, let's hope it's a little better than this in my view. But Five Nights at Freddy's, it was fine and all. I did like some of it and what have you. It may not have scared me much, but it did kind of shock me in some parts, and some of it was just a little, but anyway, I think it was just fine, what have you. So for my score, I'm going to give Five Nights at Freddy's 3.5 stars. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 7.5. So sorry to all you haters out there. No hard feelings, okay? So anyway, I think you could give this film a shot. Go see it at your theater, or if you got Peacock, stream it on there. So, what did you think of Five Nights at Freddy's? Let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a big anniversary review, the 30th anniversary review of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. So, if you enjoy this, you can check out my reviews for some of these other films that came direct from Blumhouse. In the upper left-hand corner is my spoiler-free review of Megan from earlier this year, which really tore through the roof. I'm not sure how well this will do, but we'll see what happens. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of a recent hit of theirs from last year. That was another spoiler-free review, and that was Halloween Ends from last year in 2022. Or if you would like some more robot fun, you can go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the Quickie review, which is a precursor to main review on the Banana Splits movie. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.